got salads, wraps, shakes, slushies, snacks.
we got it all, man. All healthy too, man.
I better not catch you at a 7-Eleven.
Oh, and
What's going on, everybody? It's DultureTV, and I'm here with David Lewis, Jarrette Atkins, Fritz of Macrobites, Asbury Park, New Jersey. How you fellas doing today? All right. So now, Macrobites is a story that we call, from the dirt, from the mud, and you guys brought it to fruition, right? And you guys made this thing that people, love. They love the food, they respect. Everything about it is for the culture. Cuisine for the culture is your slogan, tagline, and it's a beautiful thing. So now I want to know, what is the story behind Macrobites, and how did it begin?
Story behind Macrobites. It started. We'll start from the beginning. We started off young, running around the streets. Ended up going to prison. Got out of prison. Tried to rebuild our lives. I had to rebuild our lives. Worked our way through the workforce for a little while. Knew that it wasn't for us. Knew that wasn't the way. We didn't want to work for somebody else for the rest of our lives, and we wanted a different way for not only ourselves but our kids who are all fathers. And we came up with Macrobites just as a way to, one, help provide for ourselves and our families, but two, a way for us to get back to our community in a healthy way. We've done things the wrong way so often and so many times. Having healthy food and utilizing the vehicle of healthy food, we're able to give back to our community in a positive way and helping people live more. Health is wealth.
Yeah, pretty much piggybacking off of what he said. We was the kids, we was the guys out in the streets selling drugs, doing this and that, like killing our own people. Now we're trying to give our people something to keep them around longer. You know what I mean? Because we need us, man. Like, we need to be here. You know what I mean? Like, ain't no getting rid of us. So why try to get rid of our own people? Like, it's around longer.
And not for nothing, we played the street like we wasn't any good at it. We got caught anyway and ended up doing time. So, this is much more lucrative and it's legal, and we're doing a lot better at it. Our lives now and our lives then is completely different. So,
Awesome. Now, when it comes to, I see you guys do a lot of things for the community, right? And you just said that before, how the community is, you want to give back. And you want to make sure the community understands that, you know what I'm saying? How to share with each other, how to come across something and be able to bring that positivity together. Now, as entrepreneurs, right? As entrepreneurs, how did you stay so, down and to the, 10 toes down to the ground during the pandemic? You guys actually started during the pandemic, opened it up, this Macrobites actually establishment. How did you guys keep that head on your shoulders and move forward?
So pretty much, man, we just had to adapt. It was about adaptation. Things changed. The pandemic took a lot of our revenue away right in the beginning. 40% of it retail with mills and gyms. So we just shifted the model and started shipping. Now we ship nationwide, continental 48 states in the United States. And it's more lucrative for us because we had to cut back on waste. The way we were operating the business before was very wasteful. It wasn't the smartest way to do it, and the pandemic kind of forced us to tighten everything up to make the right decisions.
Now, and again, I want to hang on to this entrepreneurship because I believe that a lot of young people are becoming entrepreneurs and they're taking that path. Now, I want to know what steps did you take as entrepreneurs to lay the groundwork for this company?
So, I think the best thing I can say is I'll say it like this. There's two different types of people, right? There's people who get things done and there's people who don't, right? So all we did is we got things done. We started with an idea because the idea of what we have now is completely different than the idea of what we started with. The whole concept has changed. So, we just took it a day at a time and said, this is for any young entrepreneur, anybody who has a business plan, just go out there and get it done. What's the alternative, right? So we could have sat back, we could have collected unemployment, we could have got the stimulus checks, and we could have done nothing with it. Or we could have sat back and thought, we all just lost our jobs because of probably the pandemic. nothing obviously is secure. That's why people go get jobs, right? Because it's secure. Well, it's not. So what's the alternative? You can either go out there and get it for yourself, or you can, wait for everything to open back up. And like I said, collect your unemployment and then, go back to work. It's not the laws for us. It's not the plan that we have.
Yeah, we definitely have to tighten up our circle. We had to cut back the going out, the people that's always trying to get us to go out and do the wrong things, like that didn't have the same vision that we did, same ambition that we did. So we definitely had to tighten up our circle and focus more and just, like you said, stay 10 toes down, like, and focus on our grind. Yeah, it's the only way we made it happen. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely. Because the wrong people around you, we saw it. You are who you hang around. We hang around a bunch of business people now, a bunch of people doing stuff with their lives, or at least trying to. People with dreams, people with ambition, people putting in work. People like you, like it's how we got in contact. We saw you, like before we even started Macrobites in the bank, you would get your LLC, getting your business bank account open. These are the type of people we want to be around, because these are the type of people who are doing things and they motivate us. We around certain people, you see them busting moves, you want to bust moves too.
Yeah.
If you're around a bunch of people that sit around and don't do anything, that ends up what you want to do. You think it's acceptable. In our circle now, none of that lounging around stuff is acceptable for us. Yeah. We can't even relate. We talk to people who are in that lifestyle, and it's like you can't even have conversations with them no more, because you don't care about the same stuff no more. You don't care about what such and such was doing at this party. That you're worried about making money. We're worried about making money. Our conversation is about stocks, what we're gonna do with money, how we're gonna move money around to make our lives better for our kids. So it's big that you said that, because that's really the main key. Because I think we was hanging around a bunch of scrubs, we probably wouldn't have been scrubs too.
Yeah, we wouldn't have been where we are right now. And I remember there was a point in time where even while I was doing Macrobites, I still had to work. You could ask these guys, like I kept complaining to them because I felt like they were doing more than me, and it bothered me so much. Like I'm like, nah, I can't be at this job. I know I need to be here, and it bothered me so much seeing what they was doing that I had to quit. I know where I needed to be. Like I know where I needed to be, and it was the hardest thing I had to do, because it's like it was my job. I have a son to take care of by myself. You feel me? So a lot of things I was doing, it was hard for me to do, but I know where I needed to be. Because I know these guys was working hard. I was working hard at my job too, but they was working hard and they needed me. You know what I'm saying? And they motivated me to do a lot of things that I'm doing right now.
They say you are your 5 closest people that you have next to you. So if you hang around 4 bums, you're going to be the 5th. If you hang around 4 millionaires, you're going to be the 5th.
I like that. Punchline money.
Absolutely. So now I want to dig actually into Macrobite. First, I want to start with, how did you come up with the name Macrobites?
So macro is short for macronutrients. So it's the 3 building blocks of nutrition: proteins, fats, carbs. If you eat them in the right ratio, it does great things to your body. If you're a bodybuilder, you're in a fitness lifestyle, you count your macros. You keep counting your calories and your nutrition. So we just wanted to base a food business where the proportions of that is always on point for general good nutrition. And that's where the name comes from.
Cool.
Macrobites.
Now with Macrobites, you guys not only are making the meals, but you now are coming out with your own dressings. You got your own sauces. Now talk to me about those sausage dressings and everything else.
So we started off with these marinades. We always want to be different than just every other meal prep company who claims they're healthy and they're not really healthy, or claims their food tastes good and it doesn't really taste good. And we know that the best way to get the best tasting, most tender food is a longer marinating process. Now, usually they don't do this in bigger companies because they don't have time to. They're all about the dollar. We decided not to go down that route. So all of our steak is marinated for at least 16 to 24 hours. Our chicken is marinated for at least 12 hours. We have been doing that process, and we've been perfecting that process over the course of the last almost 2 years now. And one day I think it was Fritz was like, you know what? We need to sell this stuff. And then me and Dave were like, you know what? You're
We
right.
do.
Like, we do need to sell this
It's
stuff.
amazing, man.
And,
My bad.
yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead.
That bourbon sauce is something different. I would tell you the ingredients, but you know the rest.
Proprietary.
And the hot sauce, you know what I mean? That's how Colombia connect. Shout out to Aries de Colombia. They hooked us up with that sauce. It's a plug right there. But yeah, man, that sauce needed to get out there.
Yeah, and the customers told us, like, we was doing pop-ups. When we was doing this, like, right after we first started, we was doing the pop-ups at GNC in the mall, like, the comment we heard over and over again was, this sauce is amazing. You guys should sell it. And it took us some time, you know, it took us almost a year to get it bottled up, packaged right, get the recipes right. But that's what I mean by being able to adapt and being able to innovate. You know, we hear something from the customers, we know that they want it. Why wouldn't we put it together and sell it to them, you know? You know, if there's a demand for it, we're here to supply it. You know, that's how we make money, supplying what people want. So
Nice. Now, one thing when I step into Macrobites, I feel the culture, right? The culture of it's the positivity, the way you guys are with people, you know, of course, again, the community. How did you build that culture? How did you, you know, starting from, I remember seeing you doing, like you said, you were doing the samples at GNC, then you moved to, you know, like, what place did you move out? It wasn't Workout World. Was it Workout World?
Retro, LA Fitness,
LA Fit.
and then Jersey Strong.
We dabbled in some Atkins for a little while.
And retailing those with my
Okay. And now how did that help build the culture and help you understand what your demographic or the people that you needed to you know, cater to?
So our culture is just based on us, how we are, you know, as three black men. And we just really, you know, embrace it. You know, our relationships that we build with people are based off of who we are. You know, when you walk in here, you hear the music, you look around, you see what we're selling in here, you see what we do for the community, all the charity, trying to bring other companies, smaller companies that may not have the chance to retail in other places, bringing them in here, getting their foot in the door so they can make money, and being about giving back, because that's how we are. Instead of trying to shy away from it, because, you know, we look a certain way, we talk a certain way, we act a certain way. That might put some people off, especially in the business world, but it is just us. And we still handle in the business too, so there's no reason the culture of our business can't be based around, you know, the culture of who we are as men and the communities that we grew up in, the people we're around.
I think it's definitely built on trust and respect. I think that's the foundation of it, is the trust and respect, you know. And then, you know, if you want to change something, you really got to look internally. If you want something to be something, you really got to look internally, and you got to change yourself. And I think throughout this process and throughout this journey, all of us have changed tremendously. And, you know, one thing that we don't want to be is the guys who say for the culture, and we're not really for the culture, and we're hypocritical of that. Right. And as we say that, each time it leaves our mouth, and each time we think about that, we really look at ourselves. And we've had talks with each other as friends that we've never been able to have in the past. And it's really a huge change. And that really is for the culture. That is for the culture, making the culture, uplifting the culture, making sure we're all doing better. You know, making sure we're all doing good. That's really what it is.
We're here for each other. We're here for our people. We're definitely humble. Coming to this very humble. Like, people judge the book by its cover, like they were saying, pretty much. But when you get to meet us, like, you're like, I would never expected that from you.
Hey, they're pretty cool.
Those guys are cool.
And the people know it, man. Like, people around, they see us giving food away for free, you know, 2, 3, 4 times a week. You know, they see us helping other people out, and people want to help people help people. We actually are doing good things. I think that's why we're successful, because we're doing good things, good karma. We're putting good juju out into the air, and it's coming back to us. You know, we're not hating on other people. We want everybody to eat. There's enough money out here for everybody. Everybody should be eating. Everybody eats. If you look at somebody else eating and you get upset, you get a little jealousy in your stomach, you know, that's a emotion that we try to get rid of, because it doesn't behoove you. You can't get no money if you're mad at other people for getting money. You know, it doesn't make any sense. So,
like I said, we're humble. We would love to see you. I mean, succeeding.
We want everybody to win, because even if we trying to do it like selfishly, it benefits us if everybody else is eating. People are happier. People are doing better things. Like, money's flowing freely. People aren't being, you know, jealous and, you know, being haters. So it's a good feeling to watch everybody grow around you. Everybody get money around you.
it is kind of selfish helping other people because you get a good feeling out of it.
Yeah, it's a good feeling.
Like, if you want to be selfish, go help somebody because you can feel good after that, bro.
Yep. And I totally agree with that. Helping others, man, that is one of the best things that you can do. We all know that, you know. And when you do it, some people do it for the first time, and because they never understood it, and when they do it, they love it. So I definitely agree with that. Now, going back into the eat, right? Let's talk about eating and talk about your food. Because your food, I'm telling you right now, I left out of here the other day, I was still licking my fingers by the time I got home. So let's talk about the meals that you got on deck.
We got the New Orleans strip steak. We got the turkey burger bowl, which was just added to the menu. We got the Southwest shrimp, which was just added to the menu. We got the teriyaki ginger tomato meatball bowls. We got tomato basil meatball bowls. We got the lemon chicken piccata.
We got salads, wraps, shakes, slushies,
snacks. We got it all, man. All healthy too, man.
I better not catch you at a 7-Eleven.
Oh, and we expand. Listen, I don't want to just leave the food, but since it's one of the products of ours, we expanding the apparel. Vaccinate racism, Macrobites stuff, scam likely t-shirts, a lot of local brands, a lot of local people who's putting out clothes, buying clothes from them and bulk and retailing them out of here. You know, a lot of good stuff we got going on.
We're carrying Juice It Up. They're like juice elixirs, fresh squeezed juices, phenomenal.
Fresh press, black owned, Griffey's Juice, black owned, Mama Hill, local, woman owned. You know, a lot of good products here. And we doing yoga for free every Tuesday. We get people their fitness right. About to start doing Zumba in the park, have some speed and agility drills in the park. We got the Juneteenth festival coming up. We're gonna be
come out Juneteenth.
Juneteenth.
Come out
Turn into a promo.
Come out Juneteenth. I don't mean to turn into the promo, but Juneteenth, Springwood Avenue, Atkins Ave. It's gonna be a big parade. We're gonna end down here in the park. We're gonna have a great time. It's gonna be music. It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be one of the biggest events they seen on the west side of the wild, man.
I think so too. We're gonna bring it back to the side. We got everything over here.
Now, before I go, right, I want to ask you this question because I believe it's one of the biggest questions that I ask. And starting from you, David, down to Jarrette Atkins. Fritz, I ain't forget you. I want to know, what are your three biggest things you are grateful for?
I'm grateful for my kids, my family, and just the life that I'm living now. Because I know a lot of people didn't make it to where I am. A lot of people I know personally, people I grew up with, got killed. A lot of people can't see their kids. A lot of people don't have their health. So I'm just grateful for those things. Because it means I'm here, I'm living, I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah, I pretty much have to say that. My son, my family, my friends. Just grateful, man. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so mine's pretty much along those same lines. You know, my son, obviously, but let's say, family. I'm definitely grateful for my friends, and then just the ability to be able to do it, the ability to be able to see, the ability to be able to go out and make a difference. There's so many people who get out of prison and go right back. There's so many people who get out of prison and don't go back but never make it to this point. There was a point where I never thought that this point was even achievable. So just the ability to be able to get here.
That's my answer right there.
I think we still having work ethic, bro. We should be grateful that we're even able to, when stuff gets hard, just sit in here and be working all day, go home late, get up early, and do it over and over and over again. We didn't have that.
We really don't give up ever for anything. Like, we normalize not giving up ever.
That's normalize getting through crises, people dying, stuff happening around you, or like being able to deal with that. I'm grateful for that too. Grateful for life, man. Life is good.
Life is good.
So, listen, I appreciate y'all coming on. Macrobites, David Lewis, Fritz Georges, Jarrette Atkins. And again, thank you so much, and thank you for what you're doing for the community. And guess what? DultureTV, we out.
Hey, man, come check us out.